Hello, so another video I've been requested is the best moisturizers for winter or dry skin for dry, cold weather. So anyway, so I wanted to focus on newer moisturizers that have come out, unless they're just so amazing, I have to mention them. So there'll probably be a lot of products from last year's video that I did on this that are still great, but I really wanted to focus on some newer products in case you wanted something new to try. And in terms of moisturizers, I've probably tried hundreds. I probably own hundreds. And anyway, so it's a struggle to use them before they go bad. But anyway, so I started out with the top of kind of some new moisturizers, and I started just to eliminate ones for certain reasons and then stick with the ones I thought were the best. So some newer ones that I've tried this year that are wonderful. The PSA Skin Silver Lining. It's great. Amazing ingredients, just too light gel texture. The Jinjung Sun Hybrid Face and Eye Cream. Wonderful. More of a daytime moisturizer. It's still pretty hydrating, but not so much for evening when your skin's super dry. The weather's super dry. I mean, coming from somebody that lives in Minnesota where it's like zero humidity and negative 30 Fahrenheit, I think I can attest to some great moisturizers, especially somebody with my super dry skin. The V-Green Nature Mucin Cream, just a little bit too light, but great maybe for oilier skin types. The Jumiso Snail X Barrier Cream, wonderful. More of an evening type moisturizer, but again, not as thick as some of my other ones I loved this year. The Isntree Chestnut PHA 5 Cream, too light, but still great. The Dr. Ciracle, what is this? Vegan Active Berry Lifting Cream, wonderful, too fragrant. Josie Marin Argan Milk. I don't know if this is new this year. It's new to me, but too light. I really didn't like this one. Numbuzin Sika Ceramide Cream. Pretty close. A little too light. Pretty close. The Banabaji Milk Thistle Repair Cream. Close, but too light of a gel texture. The Neogen Hyaluronidase Cream. This was very close to getting on the list, but it's just a little bit lighter than some of the other ones I picked. And then another new one to me was the Farsali Reset Peptide Cream. I really enjoy this stuff, really do. Too light, too much of a gel texture. So let's get to my favorites. These are the ones I eliminated that were newer to me. The Zeroid Soothing Cream. This stuff is super thick. It's wonderful. A little bit of it goes a long way. It's got a really nice cream texture, so you could fit it in your morning routine if you wanted to. It sets to kind of a slightly radiant finish, but it's really wonderful. So in here we've got safflower seed oil, we've got vitamin E, we've got phytosterols, we've got bisabolol. I will link to this one below. I'll link to all these, so check out the links. So this was wonderful. Next up, I would say pretty close to being the thickest one on the list is the Aestura Atobarrier 365 cream. It is thick. I mean, it almost has like an ointmenty texture to it, which makes it great for dry skin, protecting it. And I did a review of it, so you can check that out for more information. But in here we've got Squalene, we've got Caranuba wax, which I always just thought was used on cars, but apparently not so much. It's used everywhere because it's super protecting and super emollient. Phytosphingosine, vitamin E, and this line from them is wonderful. If you have oilier skin, they make a gel version of this, which is pretty nice too. So maybe this one might be too much for oilier skin types, but for my super dry skin in the middle of winter, it does everything I need. Okay, another new one for me this year is Kaine, and this is their vegan collagen youth cream, and it is thick, and I've been meaning to get to my review of it, so hopefully I'll have that soon. But anyway, this stuff is really... Okay, I always take the little protective thing off, but I always leave them on. I don't know why, but let me give you a little... Okay, so there's in the jar. It is thick, it's creamy, it's wonderful. There's a little swatch of it here, I guess. What do you call it, a swatch? So in here we've got mushroom extract, we've got Coco Glycerides, we've got jojoba seed oil, we've got soluble collagen, beta-glucan. It's really affordable, no fragrance in any of these, so well worth checking out at Yes Style. I will link to it below, and if you're looking at the brand, their toner is also amazing. I just finished it this month, and it's worth a try. Okay, next up, we've got the Kopari Moisture Whipped Ceramide Cream, which is, I think, another new one this year. Kopari's kind of branching out. They really started with a lot of just coconut-based products, and now they've really branched out to more stuff, and they've been doing a really good job. So the texture of this stuff is super, super thick, very creamy, super thick. There we go. So there it is. It's super creamy and super thick. There we go. So in here we've got shea butter, we've got squalane, we've got jojoba seed oil, we've got ceramides, we've got watermelon seed oil is one of my favorites. Watermelon seed oil is one of the best fruit oils. It's got antioxidant properties, it's got protective properties, soothing properties, hydrating properties. It's amazing. And then we've got Baobab seed oil and no fragrance in it. And this one, even how thick it is, it sets to kind of a matte finish. So it's great for daytime, for super dry skin during the daytime when you don't want to look greasy. Because a lot of these, I will admit, they can look greasy because of how hydrating they are. But this one doesn't. So, okay, next up. Okay, I need to wipe my little spatula off. Sorry, it's a giant spatula. Okay, next up is the April Skin Artemisia Moisturizer. What do they call it? Hydrogel Cream. And at first, I wasn't even going to consider this one for this video. When I see gel, I think not as hydrating as like a cream. But then I see gel cream, I'm like, you know what, let me swing back to it and try it out again. And I'm glad I did because it's really wonderful. Packaging's kind of fun too. So there we go. And let me grab a little dab of it here. Okay, there we go. I'm running out of space again. Okay, so wonderful product. So we've got Artemisia extract, which mugwort. A lot, you know what? Mugwort seems to be, certain people have great experiences with it and certain people don't have any. Like either way, they could care less, but there's a lot of people that absolutely love it. So we've got that, we've got rice bran extract, we've got allantoin, we've got moringa seed oil, and then we've got ceramides, so it's worth checking out. This is kind of a newer brand to me, so I picked up a couple things from them, and I'll certainly review them when I get a chance. I know they've been around for a while, but they just weren't on my radar until recently, so there we go. At least they're on my radar now. So next up is probably, I think, the most expensive one on this list. It's really wonderful, though. And I've been using this for quite some time. It's the Allies of Skin Daily Peptide Antioxidant Firming Moisturizer. And this one I tend to use, okay, I'm running a lot out of space. I tend to use this one a lot actually at night because it's so emollient and super hydrating. It's got some really nice ingredients in there, but you can certainly use it in the daytime. It sets to a natural finish, slightly matte, not greasy at all, so that might be nice if you're looking for a daytime moisturizer for the winter. So in here we've got several peptides. I think they say six peptides. We've got resveratrol, great protecting ingredient. We've got astaxanthin, another great protecting ingredient. We've got several ceramides. We've got bisabolol. We've got acai fruit oil. Acai, I always say that wrong. And then vitamin E. So really wonderful product. I will link to it below. And sometimes Allies of Skin has some good sales, so it might be worth checking out their website too. Because this one is just loaded with goodies. So it's hard to find stuff that's just loaded, and this one is. So, and it's well packaged and things like that. Jar packaging just don't do it for me, and most of these are jar packaged. So anyway, excuse me. Okay, next up, another new one this year is the Summer Fridays Ultra, Rich Cushion Ultra Plumping Moisturizer. And this one is new, but anyway, I've just been scratching the surface of playing with this one, and I'm really enjoying it. It is super thick, super thick. A little bit of this one goes a very, very long way, so you won't need much. There we go. I'm totally running out of space. Okay, so feels very nicely hydrating, non-greasy finish. So in here, it's got a lot of good ingredients. We've got sunflower seed oil, we've got watermelon extract, avocado oil, jojoba oil, safflower seed oil, bisabolol for soothing. It's a really nice product. It's a little bit pricier than some of the other ones I mentioned, but it's quite nice. And if you like Summer Fridays, they've got some really good stuff. And I'm really happy with this brand. The evolution this brand has taken. When they first came out, they were into the masks. And some of the masks are pretty fragrant. And now they've kind of changed course and are really making products that are more sensitive skin friendly. And I'm here for it. So there we go. Okay, 3 more. Next up, so this one I probably mentioned last year and probably the year before because it's wonderful, it's affordable, and it's the Acure Radically Rejuvenating Whipped Night Cream. I've talked about it a lot, but it's still one of my favorites. Otherwise, I would have just left it on last year's list, but it's still really wonderful and really good deal. Marula seed oil, we've got peptides, we've got vitamin C derivatives, we've got turmeric, we've got ferulic acid. It's actually, in my opinion, it's really close dupe to the Proteini. The texture is thicker than the Protein, but the ingredients very similar. Probably one of the closest dupes that exist, in my opinion, and it's worth checking out, so I will link to it below at Ulta. 2 more. Next up, the Isn't-Tree Vegan Yam Root Milk Cream. This is my 2nd or 3rd tube of it. I don't think I've taken the plastic off of it, but I will do that right now. So this one is one I use more at night, although last winter on some very, very dry days, I did use it during the daytime, but it is kind of, sets to kind of a shiny finish. There we go. A little bit more. Okay. Running out of space again. There we go. So super nice. We've got yam root, we've got sunflower seed oil, we've got panthenol, we've got ceramides, we've got oatmeal extract, we've got rice extract. You can check out my full review of it. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it and anything from the line, it's all winners. The cleanser, it took me some time to warm up to, but I finally ended up really enjoying it. The sunscreen, take it or leave it. But everything else from that line is wonderful. And then last but not least, the Dermatology Peptide Night Cream. It's really full of good ingredients. We've got shea butter, we've got peptides, we've got ceramides, we've got vitamin E, we've got allantoin. We've got cholesterol. It's really nice. And anyway, comes with the little plastic thing, so I just kind of do that, thinking it protects it, but I'm sure it probably doesn't make that much of a difference. But there we go. Pretty thick product and wonderful. Oop, that was a lot. So anyway, there we go. These are my favorite picks for winter, for dry weather, mostly for drier skin types, but you know what, even oilier skin when it's -30 Fahrenheit and 0% humidity, you can't go wrong with having a really good hydrating moisturizer, especially even if it's not necessary for the daytime, for the evening when your skin really needs to rehydrate and things like that. So anyway, interested hearing from you guys. If you have any suggestions to add, leave a comment. Love hearing from you, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.